What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Inubian back at you with another reaction to The Sopranos episode 8. So in the last episode, we seen Antonio dealing with his potential ADD, but he drank some wine from the church and he's getting punished for that. Tony was dealing with the fact that he didn't want his son to be like him when he grew up. He didn't want him to grow up to be him, but he does want him to be proud of him as a father. He wants to show that he loves and has affection for his son. And also, his mother, Tony's mother, knows that he goes to a psychiatrist, so I'm pretty sure she's gonna whisper that into June's ear at one point or another. I just don't know how it's gonna play out, but I'm excited to see how it does. So let's check this out. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the reaction. Like the video, helps me on YouTube algorithm, and I do appreciate it. Check out the Patreon, a link in the description down below. You will need your own copy in order to watch along with me. Episode 1 of this and The Wire are free on Patreon, and you also get 2 episodes a week instead of 1 over on Patreon, so check that out if you wish. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's hop into it. The Sopranos, episode 8. Let's get it. Nice opening shot on Chris. What he got going on?
Change my meat to Black Forest.
What the hell? Is that dude he killed, like, I want to say episode 1 or 2?
You will have our sausages.
Get rid of these.
Ah! Let go of me!
That's a freaky dream. Damn, man. I don't want your sausages, man. Keep them away from me. Unwanted sausage touch.
Oh, Mama Olivia, como stai, darling?
Listen to him without my darling. I am nobody's darling.
Damn, you can't even take the
This
compliment,
one here should never disappoint you, I tell you that.
Are you still seeing your other women, Lorenzo?
Jesus, man.
Indictments, what the fuck are you talking about?
Are you sure about this? Oh, it ain't just my sauce in Jersey. Half of New York moved to Fort Lauderdale already.
I say we duck for a while.
And what are we gonna do? Close shop? We can't do that.
Tony, what do you think?
What the fuck you asking him for? I just gave you the answer.
I like how they went to Tony about it, and June was like, bro, I'm in charge here. That showed that they really put their trust in what Tony has to say about these things.
Right now, you were thinking, Uncle June, that everybody should do a little spring cleaning.
That was my next comment.
Now he putting words in his mouth now.
Boot your computer, the cops are coming.
So?
You want them to see all that porno you downloaded?
Erase the files. Oh my God, delete the browser history. That's number 1. And this dude's over here writing memoirs, bro. What are we doing? We just said people getting indicted, and you writing a book called Made Men on your computer.
What do you think?
Of the script?
The sentence that you wrote
Babe,
down?
I can't, like, give an opinion every time you add a sentence. I gotta have the whole story flow.
That a grand jury has been impaneled to investigate possible mob activities in the Garden State, with indictments to follow. With us is syndicated columnist and author of Mafia, America's longest-running soap opera, Jeffrey.
Why would they announce this? Do they announce indictments like this? Like, you would think it would be like, hey man, we're gonna come indict you. You should kind of watch out. Like, what?
Brendan Falone, associate, soldier. Fuck you.
Jesus.
That was your friend, man. Even though he was a piece of shit.
I have a patient. You wouldn't want to say the word guinea in front of him.
Ah, Italian male's seeing a shrink. Let me guess. Mother issues.
Why wouldn't you say it, Ma?
Well, you just wouldn't.
What? That's a good guess.
Scared? Is he in the mafia?
People like him are the reason Italian Americans have such a bad image.
I agree.
Ask any American to describe an Italian American in this country. Invariably is going to reference The Godfather, Goodfellas. Good movies.
Say same thing about black
the
people
rest are going to
in
mention
America.
pizza.
Fucking Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society. You can say the same thing.
And yet, that tiny, insignificant fraction casts such a dark shadow over 20 million hardworking Americans. I mean,
Dad, at this point in our cultural history, mob movies are classic American cinema, like Westerns.
I have to agree there, Rich. You know...
Hey, Gino. Can I get you?
Don't do that.
Whoa, number 34,
Don't do that.
right
Don't do
here.
that.
He was in line, man. He just went out to go get gas in his car.
Oh, damn,
Get
Chris.
up. I'm not gonna hurt you.
Come on, Chris. Over some...
What is it? What is it? Do I look like a pussy to you?
No.
Now fill it with cannoli, Schwierdel, and Napoleons.
Damn, Chris, this is not the way, man. They talking about indictments coming down and you in here shooting up a damn bakery, bro. It's not the way. Damn, and he shot him?
Motherfucker! You shot my foot!
Chris, bro.
It happens.
Oh, you fucking asshole!
So the dude that just left just seen your face. You don't know if they got a camera in that building. For some pastries, G? Come on, Chris. Be better than that, man.
You know what? That news guy, he said the words Brendan Falone. I'm telling you, the hairs in the back of my neck, they fucking stood up. I mean, I knew the guy.
Tony wouldn't have never known him if it wasn't for me.
Huh. I had no idea.
Chris is out here getting no respect. And this is about to go real bad because he just keeps on... It keeps on going downhill. There's people like, no respect, no respect. He's been trying to get made forever.
Come on, Ma, will you get dressed?
We just went to a wedding.
Yeah, that was a big to-do. This way, you and me, we get to spend some quality time.
Did he cheat on you again?
You know, I try to do something nice. I come here to take you out. Right away, you think I have some other agenda that I have to talk to you about? Don't flatter yourself.
I'll throw something on.
They think they're trying to get her out so they can come in and sweep for bugs because Tony's sitting outside. Or maybe they hiding the stuff in her house. Maybe that's what it is. I would think they would look at it at his mom's house though, you know what I mean? It would make sense. It's his mother, but maybe they were like, nah, she's an old lady. But damn, Chris, you stop taking care of yourself? The apartment? Where your girl at?
Told me the regular cops in Nutley are looking for a guy. Blew off a kid's toe for no good reason in Russo's bakery. Drove a Lexus?
Books say a movie's supposed to be about 120 pages. Got this fucking computer, I thought it would do a lot of it.
You're being frank about the business, kid.
I would never do that.
Okay.
It's only suggested.
I was about to say, like...
That writer with the bullfights?
Wouldn't he be mad
Blew his
about
own
that?
fucking head off.
You ever feel like nothing good was ever gonna happen to you?
Yeah, and nothing did. So what? I'm alive. I'm surviving.
That's it. I don't want to just survive. I got no identity. I mean, even Brendan Falone's got an identity. He's dead. I killed that fucking email cola on nothing. I don't even move up a notch. All I got is nightmares.
That happens. The more of them you do, the better you'll sleep. I had one prick chasing me for months in my dreams.
Jesus, pussy.
I feel like he's trying to tell me something.
Oh, pussy, that's terrible advice. He's like, yeah, you know, you're gonna have some nightmares, but just kill a few more people, man. Don't worry about that. You good. Damn, pussy. These boys ruthless, man.
All right, help me lift him. We'll take him down to Pine Barrens before they build a fucking condo here.
Ugh,
Georgie!
gross. This is the problem. This is probably how you're gonna get caught and messed up.
Call him a patient. Man's a criminal, Jennifer. And after a while, finally, you're gonna get beyond psychotherapy with its cheesy moral relativism. Finally, you're gonna get to good and evil. And he's evil.
What is good and evil? Good and evil is a very gray area. Pretty much depends on what side you're on.
We're under a microscope, and I gotta hear on the street you shot some fucking civilian in the foot because he made you wait for buns?
Fucking Paulie.
Don't blame fucking Paulie. Occasion comes to me and says Nutley PD's got a description, and I'm making the car. Why don't you just leave a fucking urine sample next time?
If I could have done it...
Oh, shut up! You wanna be a big bad guy, Christopher?
I was worried that I didn't do it.
Shut up!
Tony's got some points, man. Everything he said is valid.
I have cancer. Remember how Jackie got?
I think you're just depressed, man.
Cancer.
Something fucking horrible is going on inside my body. There's a physical change or something.
Does this word cancer pop into your mind a lot? A little bit? Maybe you got a serotonin problem, or whatever the fuck they call it, you know? Let me ask you a question. You ever think about,
It's always the first question of depression.
Fuck no.
You gotta ask the question. You gotta ask. I think Chris is just depressed that he feels like he's not getting anywhere in life, you know? He feels like his life is too stagnant.
You know, you have children in the house. While the team's waiting out front, we don't think it necessary to traumatize kids by kicking in doors. So why don't you take a minute and tell them you have visitors?
Damn. They don't even come in the house the same as they do us. Because at least he knocked. Don't want to traumatize the kids. Where I'm from, they don't give a fuck about kids. Fuck them kids. We coming in. Boom. I've seen it.
You're taking my computer. I have an English paper.
You gotta be shitting me.
I better have all my programs on there when it comes back.
Anthony.
All that porn better be there. That's some Lisa Ann I was gonna watch
What are they
later.
doing in my kitchen?
Grasso, ti faccio culo così.
Your ass.
Hey, Tony, take it easy. Take it easy.
Of his name, that's why Grasso. I mean, what's he think? He's gonna make it to the top by arresting his own people?
Pass the Musha.
Did you know that an Italian invented the telephone?
Alexander Graham Bell was Italian?
You see? Antonio Meucci invented the telephone, and he got robbed. Everybody knows that.
I didn't know that.
Who invented the mafia?
Mm.
I just like history, like you, Dad.
Can you just shut the fuck up about it?
Hey.
Meadows on dirt, man. Meadows on dirt.
AJ, did you know that John Cabot was Italian?
Whoa.
Like he knows who that is.
It's the famous discoverer of Canada.
Will I see you next week?
Unless you know something I don't.
Just so you understand that I have to charge you for the missed session.
All right, fine. Fine. Here you go.
Don't throw it at her. Oh, don't do that.
Motherfucking cock-sucking money. Here.
Disrespectful, Tone. Be better.
I don't understand that comment, and I don't appreciate being made to feel afraid.
I don't appreciate feeling like I pour my heart out to a fucking call girl.
It'll show it as paid on your next month's bill.
Fine. Stick it up your ass.
I think now that's starting to get to her, that whole calling them evil and shit. Her ex-husband was saying that stuff.
There's not much to do. We have to sit back and wait.
Now for the youngsters.
And do me a favor, don't let Tony know you know. He's under enough pressure.
Here we go. Here it is.
I'm sure he's telling the psychiatrist it's all his mother's fault.
What are you talking about, a psychiatrist?
Yeah. The psychiatrist.
They're getting indicted right now,
He's been
right?
seeing
By the
one for a while
FBI, and
now.
she's talking about how he's going to psychiatrist.
God only knows what he says.
Why is she doing this, man? Like, why are you doing that? You know your son can be killed for some stuff like this? This is not a game.
My God, they mention your name in the newspaper today. The Star-Ledger. Mrs. Jones told me.
There you go.
All those scumbags.
I'm moving into a smoke-free dorm.
So they're all going to therapy together, like family therapy?
And how do we feel about that?
I'm more interested in discussing what we mentioned before.
Jason, are you concerned that your mother is treating this patient X?
I don't care.
His real issue is that I should distance myself from this man on the grounds of the stigma that he brings us.
I say refer this patient to a therapist that specializes in mafia depression.
Sam, this isn't funny.
Like,
No.
what are we laughing at here? Like, that's not a funny joke. You're
Jan has a real,
an
honest
idiot.
to goodness. My mother's uncle was Lepke's wheelman, his driver.
Uh-huh.
Those were some tough Jews.
Oh boy. This dude is ridiculous. Sure, he was a tough son of a gun. Name in the paper. Does this make you happy, Chris? Is this what you wanted? A little recognition? Christopher, there he is. Now you like in the spotlight, man. I don't know. Sometimes it's better to be in the shadows, man. Real G's move in silence, like lasagna. So yeah, that was episode 8. That episode was mainly about, it was a lot about Chris, right? Chris was kind of in his own feelings, being depressed about how he wasn't moving forward in his life and his career as, you know, what he does in the family or whatever. And he feels like he should be getting more recognition than he does. Even Brendan was on the news, you know what I mean? And he wasn't even part of the gang. People didn't even like him in the family or whatever. He was just really Chris's buddy, but he had known ties with the family. So they kind of just included him as a part of it when in reality he wasn't at all. But that's just how people stretch the truth. But anyways, the indictments are happening. Tony is being indicted by the FBI, and they didn't find anything incriminating. He put all this stuff in his mom's house, which I feel like if they choose to search his mother's house, it's gonna get her in trouble. But anyways, after what she just did to Tony, she spilled the beans about him going to a psychiatrist, Dr. Melfi, and that's gonna get him in trouble, man. That's gonna be an issue, like a huge problem, because they're being indicted. And then Junior's like, I think we have he said a bad apple, which I'm guessing means a snitch or a rat or somebody who's inside being an informant. And then she's like, oh yeah, well, you know, who knows what Tony's telling the psychiatrist, how he had a bad mother or whatever. I don't know if she's doing it because she feels like he's talking about his mom or whatever, but in reality, he kind of defends her at the psychiatrist meetings. But in her mind, he's in there roasting her. So she feels the need to tell Junior, and now Junior's going to be like, well, you know, this psychiatrist could be feeding FBI information if he's telling her stuff about the family, which we know as viewers that he's not. But in Junior's mind, it's like, this is a problem. Like, we're being indicted. There has to be something happening. Some information is getting leaked by somebody. So Tony is the prime candidate now because we know he's talking to an outside source, the psychiatrist. It's just, I don't understand her motives. Like, why is she like this? Why are you like this? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand it. But anyways, Dr. Melfi, we see a little bit about her. We see that she had a son and she has a son and an ex-husband who don't like the mafia. And I can see why they don't like the mafia, but you got to love your own people. You know, you kind of learn that through life. You got to love your own people, for better or worse. You know, you don't have to agree with what they do, but you just can't oust your own people. You know, it's just, it's not a good look. Regardless of the good and the bad, and the media portrays certain people certain ways. Italians as gangsters. I related it to like black people as gangsters in America, like with all the movies, Boys in the Hood and all, especially like in the 90s, Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society, Don't Be a Menace. Well, Don't Be a Menace was a comedy. Not Don't Be a Menace. That was a comedy. But yeah, you know what I mean. And how the media portrays a certain group of people is certain people's only window into the insights into that certain group of people, right? So they will assume all Italian Americans are mobsters, and he doesn't like the fact that she's treating Tony, well, he doesn't know it's Tony, but he doesn't like the fact that she's treating a mafia member, and she was kind of defending him at first, but then he had that outburst about the money, and then it kind of made her kind of go on his side. But Tony's been having outbursts the whole time, but it's always been towards his feelings. Like, he just didn't know how to express himself, so he would have an outburst. And I always wondered if she was afraid. I said that a couple episodes ago. I was like, I wonder if she ever scared of Tony and what he's got going on. But in this episode, she showed fear, like, and she said she was afraid. She showed, like, I don't appreciate being made to feel afraid. And so maybe that had a little bit of influence from what her ex-husband was saying or whatever, but I don't know. And her son seems pretty indifferent about it. He's just kind of whatever. I don't know what his deal is entirely, but he seems like he's whatever. But they go to family therapy, and I guess I'm thinking that's the therapist that she was talking about, or not she was talking about, the undercover cop. Not undercover. The cop was telling her Tony about when he was following her around that she goes to see a psychiatrist. Maybe it was a family psychiatrist for her ex-husband, and her son for whatever reason. So, yeah, maybe it was about that. But I don't know. But this whole deal is going to happen with Tony seeing a psychiatrist and Junior having that knowledge and what he's going to do with it. It's going to be a problem. And they got the FBI down their backs. Chris finally got his name out there as in the paper or whatever, but he did do a whole bunch of crazy stuff that shooting that dude at the bakery, that's probably about to be a problem. Him digging up that body, that could lead to more problems. You know, he's writing not memoirs, like a script for a movie, that could be a problem. You know, Chris is kind of a loose cannon out here in these streets, right? But, you know, they love him and respect him, and, you know, that's Tony's nephew, so I guess we'll see. But anyways, it was a good episode. So subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the reaction. Like the video. It helps me out with YouTube algorithm, and I do appreciate it. Check out one of my other videos. It's probably popping on the screen right now. If you enjoyed this one, you probably enjoyed that one as well. Check out my Patreon and the link down in the description below. You will need your own copy to watch along with me. Episode 1 of this and The Wire are free, and you get 2 episodes a week instead of 1 over on Patreon. So check that out if you want to, and if not, that's cool too. I love you, and I thank you for being here, and I hope everybody's staying safe and happy out there. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm going to see you in the next reaction. All right? Deuces.